So here's the thought for you. What if the real secret to successful investing wasn't about finding more information, but deliberately choosing to know less? Today we're diving into this fascinating, pretty intense exchange between a panicked investor who was just completely overwhelmed by the markets and an advisor whose solution was so radical, so counterintuitive, it really challenges the very way we think about managing our money. Okay, so our story kicks off with a letter. It's from an investor who is, you can just tell, at her wit's end. Her words, they just paint this vivid picture of someone totally drowning in a sea of financial anxiety and just a ton of conflicting advice.
I mean, you can just feel the fear right there in her words. She's seen these terrifying headlines everywhere. You know the type, predicting this massive, catastrophic market crash. And it has her completely frozen. She's just terrified to make a move.
And at the exact same time, all that fear is mixed up with just total confusion. She's paralyzed by indecision, right? She's asking if maybe she should just sell a little bit, to ease the pressure. It's such a classic case of analysis paralysis, and it's all being fueled by that 24/7 news cycle. This right here, this really shows us the full picture. And let me tell you, this was not just simple market jitters. She was a recent widow trying to navigate these new complicated accounts. She'd already taken a huge hit, a loss of over $150,000. And then she was being whipsawed by the news. Quantitative easing is good. The market's going to crash. All while trying to figure out what to do with her stocks and even her land. I mean, it's a perfect storm of stress and total uncertainty. So, knowing all that, you'd probably expect a gentle, reassuring response, right? Some comforting words, a soft approach. Well, that is absolutely not what she got. The advisor's reply was something else entirely.
Wow. I mean, just wow. No sugarcoating there, huh? His response is just stunningly blunt. He basically says her questions prove she isn't getting it. She isn't learning from his material. And then he just lays down this incredible ultimatum. Either you commit to the philosophy or you get out completely. It's just a shocking rejection of her entire way of thinking.
So, here's the crucial part. The advisor wasn't just being dismissive for the sake of being dismissive. He was trying to make a much, much bigger point. In his view, all the things that were causing her anxiety, the market analysis, the economic news, those crash predictions, it was all just irrelevant noise. But if all that information is just noise, how do you actually learn to ignore it? I mean, that's easier said than done, right? And this brings us to the real core of his solution. It wasn't a stock tip, it wasn't a market forecast, it was a mental framework, a tool designed to build discipline and, detachment.
So instead of offering yet another piece of financial analysis to just add to her confusion, he gave her a prescription. But this wasn't for her portfolio, it was for her mindset. So what was this really unusual solution?
This is it. This is his entire philosophy. Right here, he told her to repeat these 6 lines to herself every single day. Let's just go through them. Market politics are irrelevant to me. The international situation is irrelevant to me. Market analysis, financial reports, the economic situation, and then the final nail in the coffin, all of it is irrelevant to me. The goal here isn't about being ignorant, right? It's about building an emotional firewall. It's a conscious choice to tune out all the chaos so you can just focus on your long-term plan.
But this wasn't just some mental exercise. Oh no. The advisor demanded that this new mindset be paired with an equally radical, decisive action plan for her actual investments.
And his instructions were incredibly clear. There was zero room for hesitation. First, sell all of your individual stocks. Doesn't matter if you're up or down on them, get rid of them. Second, sell all your land. Liquidate everything. And finally, take all that money and put it into the simple, predefined asset allocation that he teaches. It is a complete tear down and rebuild, all designed for maximum simplicity. So, after laying out the mental discipline and the action plan, the advisor didn't just leave her with a suggestion. No, he presented her with a stark, unmistakable, all-or-nothing choice.
This slide lays out the 2 paths perfectly. And look, there was absolutely no middle ground. Path 1 was the disciplined path. You commit 100% to the system, you adopt the mantra, you follow the simple allocation, and you ignore all the noise. Or there was path 2, the exit path. If you can't do it, then sell everything, leave the market entirely, and put all your money in a basic savings account. That's it. It's either discipline or departure.
And that leaves us with this really fascinating, pretty provocative question. This advisor's method, it seems extreme, right? Almost harsh. But it forces us to confront this very modern problem.
In a world where we are just bombarded with financial news and predictions 24/7, is it possible the most powerful tool an investor has isn't more data, but the discipline to ignore it? Is the ultimate strategy simply tuning it all out?